Well, this may turn out to be a fairly short one. Sounds like Mother Nature is going to try to shut me down again today. We got thunderstorms rolling in, but I'm going to try to get more done to this. Worked on it last night, but didn't take any video because literally all I did was got the elevator chains tightened up, fixed a hinge on one of the elevator doors. What else did I do? It's just a bunch of piddly stuff. I didn't really want to get into too many projects because I had a guy come last night and bought that stirrator, which was nice. As if it was any longer, I was just going to haul it into scrap, but that worked out pretty good. But today, really, there ain't a whole lot else I gotta get done to it. I'm gonna replace that that chain on clean grain elevator. I was just gonna put take a link out of it and put a half link in it because it's way too damn long. I don't know if that means it's stretched or if it just had too many links in it to begin with. But either way, I'm gonna put a new chain on it because I went to Rural King to get some half links this morning and all their chain was on sale. So I was like, well, hell, I'll just put a new one on there. And that little guy does a heck of a lot of work because not only does it run the clean grain elevator, it runs the clean grain auger too. So that little guy sees a lot of torque, or sees a lot of, I don't even know what the heck you call it, load on a chain pressure. I don't know. Might be torque, hell, I don't know. But so I got to do that. I got to get this base weight off because I'm going to swap it with one like the one on the far side. It's got the holes in it because I'm going to put two more. I'm going to put two slab weights on there because with that corn head on there, technically this was a three. They advertised this as a 3-4 row machine, and it's a lot happier in 3 rows, but it handles 4. Problem is that head is heavier than hell. I'll bet that head by itself weighs almost half as much as this combine does. And the feeder house on these things, for the size of the machine, is extremely long. So we found that factory weight bracket for it and put those weights on there, and on most of my ground, that between those weights and the wheel weights, it's plenty heavy in the ass. But I got 2 hills that just scared the living shit out of me going down them, and one of them I got to turn around on. So just for safe measure, I'm gonna throw 2 slab weights on there, and I got to look at the voltage regulator and figure out what's going on with that. Which hopefully I just got to clean the contacts up or clean the connection up or something. And that's pretty much it, really. But we're going to get that chain tackled first, so I need to grab a ladder. Alright. And there's probably no way that might half-ass work. almost freaking loose enough that I can get it off without having to take the master link off. Curious to lay this thing next to a new chain. Yeah. Curious to lay this thing next to a new chain and see if it really is stretched or if it just had one too many links in it. Okay. Hey, you sneaky bastards. Okay, where? Ah. It's not very nice of them. Where's the master link? There's got to be one in it somewhere. You're shitting me. Oh, there it is. Well, it is stretched just a little bit, because by the time you get down here, it's about a quarter of a link off. I also found out it does have a half link in it already, so I could just take that out and put the chain back on, but it is pretty whooped, and the way you tell that is you go to one end and you can pick it up, and yeah, it shouldn't do that. It's you shouldn't be able to bend it sideways like that. So this chain's pretty much done. And if you compare that to a new one, you go like that, it's got a lot less side play in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it, since that chain's kind of important. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25. Alright, I gotta go grab a chain brake. Alright, so that link's gotta come off. Come on, let go. Little prick. Felt like it went. bit. Yes. What? Whatever speed hill is. But that one's whooped. Bend it around like a noodle. Alright. Dad's getting the tractors out. I got no clue what he's planning on doing, but got the chain ready. Hoping I can get away with putting it together without, where can I set this damn thing? Go, right there. Hoping I can get away with putting this thing together without a new half link in it. Just shorten it up a little bit, but I guess we're gonna find out. Oh, I think we're gonna be able to do it. Maybe. Damn it. Come on, I just need a hair bit more. Oh, got it. Hell yeah. The reason I don't want to have to put a half link back in it is because it's going to stretch. Especially since it's China chain, and China chain is really good for it. So it's going to run a little tight here for a little bit, but it'll stretch out and it'll be fine. If not, I guess I'll have to throw a half link in it. I got to remember, I don't want that on there. That way. It's pretty bad when you can't even buy something as simple as a roller chain that's made in the United States anymore. Yeah, it's a little tight, but it'll wear in. Should anyway. I'll run it a little bit before I take it to the field to see what it does, but apparently Dad's planning on running a brush hog somewhere. Sounds like that's what he's hooking up. Okay, go ahead and get these weights swapped real quick. Turns out we actually had one here that's got the holes in it that I kind of forgot about. That's what happens when you got too much shit and no way to organize it real well. When I actually get my shop built, if I ever actually get a shop built, there's going to be a dedicated room in it just for parts. Alright, there it is. Right now, we have so many freaking tractor parts and combine parts and implement parts laying around. I really need a good place with shelving to be able to go through and organize it and go on a computer and make a spreadsheet with all the part numbers and what they are. That way, if I ever need something, I can go to the computer, punch the number in I need, see if we have it, and then go right to the shelf and pick it up. Kind of basically have my own little dealership. If I end up getting all them parts from that dealer I found in Illinois, the situation ain't going to improve none, because there's going to be a couple pickup loads coming home from there. if I can get the stuff for a decent price. Because no matter what kind of part, or no matter how hard the parts are to find, most of what I'm getting from there is still going to be combine parts and implement parts. And it's not like there's a real high demand for any of that stuff. It's a very select group of individuals that look for parts like that. So I still can't be paying a shit ton of money for them. I actually got to make a run down there at some point this fall when things calm down and talk to the dealership manager. Because he called me a couple weeks ago and he's interested in selling the lot. He wants to keep the tractor parts, unfortunately, but he says he's interested in selling everything else. So, fingers crossed on that one, because that'd be freaking cool. Ow, that hurt. There's a straw spreader back there. Ow, son of a bitch. Right in the back. Alright, you gonna come off here easy? Don't be a bitch. There we go. Alright. Now for the fun part of getting these things wiggled back on here. Without smashing my hand. Okay, there's that. Where did I set the, there it is. Slabs are going to be the worst part. Those things aren't fun putting on a tractor, let alone trying to weasel on this thing, having to be bent over the whole time. Well, I don't actually know if it's going to rain or not, because the clouds are moving south to north and the wind's coming out of the south. I thought this next storm was supposed to come out of the west, but so far it ain't. But next thing I want to get tackled is this voltage regulator. So, I think I'm just going to start with trying to clean some connections up. Well, I may pop that cover off real quick and see what the contacts look like. Really seems like that ought to be tied off to something, but there ain't nothing to tie it off to. It's just kind of there. Actually, the way it's bent, it almost looks like at one time it followed this thing around, but I don't know, it couldn't have because there ain't enough room there. Hell, I don't know. So, pop that cover off real quick. Well, on the upside, the inside of that regulator looks immaculate. Contacts aren't stuck. But damn, it's got a lot of spring pressure on it. This one is adjustable though. Actually, it's got more than one adjustment. Is this a Delco? Yep, it's a Delco. I have to consult the motor's book manual on this thing. See which adjustment does what. Because they got that thumb screw there, and then they got a screw here, which I'm assuming, even though I can't see it, yeah, that screw is what adjusts your spring pressure, which should adjust your rate of charge. But I don't know what that one is, so we're gonna go consult the motors book. All right, after consulting our circa 1968 Motors Auto Repair Manual, the screw underneath is to adjust your voltage, and it would appear, unfortunately, none of these regulators are for an alternator. They're all for generators, but from what I can infer from this picture, the other one is for the cutout. So, shouldn't have to screw with that one, I hope. It got real dark there for a minute, and then it brightened back up a little bit. So, hell, I don't know what it's going to do, but we're going to keep plugging away till it does whatever it wants to do. So, I think the next step is probably going to be to go ahead and fire it up. See if that busts any crust up that may or may not be on there. Because it does regulate, because when you turn the lights on, it drops charge, but it puts it, yeah. So the regulator does do its job, it just doesn't do it at the high end. So, let's get this thing warming up. This thing starts so much better with that new fuel pump on there. And it black smokes now, which is cool. Oh no, I like smoke. That makes me an uneducated redneck. Fear me. So the contact is floating because there's an air gap between both sides of it, so it is doing its job. Just may have to adjust it. But we gotta before you can make any adjustments on it, you gotta quote unquote let the regulator warm up. So we gotta let it sit here and idle for a little bit. Okay, it's been running about 10 minutes or so. Should be enough to have the charging system up to temperature. And right now it's charging about, about 50 amps, which is way too damn high. So I'm going to try to adjust that regulator down. Unfortunately, there's no good place to set the camera out there. So I'm going to set you right there, and hopefully you can see what that amp gauge does. I'll find out when I edit the video. I backed the screw off about, I'd say a half a turn or so, and now it's charging about like it should be. And that means the regulator regulator's doing its job and the alternator's doing its job. So I got the lights on and it still shows charged. And they should be. Yeah, all the lights are on, so. Backing that thing off just a hair more and see if I can take that wiggle out of it maybe. Running fairly steady. That a lot. It's a whole lot better than fucking charging 60 amps. Sorry, that one kind of slipped out. So that makes me feel a whole lot better. I really didn't want to have to replace the regulator, but I figured it wasn't bad because it was still trying to work. And this thing always did charge a little high, so good deal. One more thing now. Alright, last thing I want to get done to this. This right here, this rod, is your D-clutch for your unload auger. And on these combines, they had an option, which is what this little tab right here is. This is the rod that goes up in the cab that you pull on to engage and disengage the unload auger. And this tab right here, they had an option on these, on the 7300s. They didn't have it on the 525, 35, or 45 that I know of. At least it doesn't list it in the book. And I don't know if they had it on any of the bigger machines or not, but it was on the 7300. They called it a cross auger D-clutch, because on these machines you got this well down here that goes down to your unload auger, and there's two cross augers in the bottom of the grain tank. Well, what that cross auger D-clutch did was, if you were combining high moisture corn for feed or whatever else you combine high moisture corn for, and I mean over 18-20% high moisture corn, if you're combining that, high moisture corn doesn't unload as fast as dry corn does. So if you ran them cross augers, it would pack this well full of corn and blow or push the side out. So they had that option where you twist the clutch lever up there in the cab, and it would loosen the belt and declutch those two cross augers, which is what this belt is right here. It declutched those so that you could get this well emptied out, and then you twist the lever again, it engage them cross augers, fill the well back up, and you'd unload the rest of the tank. Well, this machine doesn't have that. I'll never put it on here, even if I could find the parts, because I can assume that was a rare option on these. But still, that thing spins up in there, and if it spins around far enough, it'll rub on the feeder house drive pulley. Well, actually, this one's the header drive, and that's the feeder house drive. But so what I want to do is pull it off of here, and I'm going to drill a hole through here in the shaft and drive a roll pin in it, so that it won't turn anymore. What's that do? Seriously, what does that do? Oh, okay, never mind. So yeah, gonna get this off real quick, and then we will see you guys back up in the shop on the mill. Well, I think Dad just got soaked. Got that regulator done just in time, because it let loose as soon as I got this handle off of here. Normally I'd say yes, rain, but seeing as how we're pushing 15 inches in the last week, we don't need any more rain. I think it's more than made up for the deficit. Quiet that down a little bit so I don't piss the YouTube off. Okay, so just by sheer luck, the mill was already all set up to punch this hole in. So I need to go find me, and when I had it up in the combine, I took a screwdriver and made a scribe right where you can't get this trunnion off of here, off this rod, because they put it on and then they welded these tabs on here. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of if it was anything more than drilling a hole, I'd have to figure out a way to hold this. But I should just be able to drill straight through it. It'll be fine without having to, because right now it'll kind of do that. But yeah, so I gotta go grab a roll pin real quick and figure out my hole size. Alrighty, we're gonna get a little brave here with the camera, and we're gonna set you up right close and personal-like. Right there. Actually, right there. Right center. And we'll pick it up just a hair so that you're not looking right smack in the middle of that trunnion. All right. This may not be perfectly center because that trunnion's wore a little bit, so it's hard to figure the dimensions, but it's pretty damn close. Except why is that thing not running true? There we go. Except that still don't look center enough for me to be happy with it. Oh, that's because I read the calipers wrong. Hold on a second. That's much more better. to be. There we go. Always a good day when you don't break the drill bit. And there she be. Well, this sucks. If I'd have had another 30-40 minutes of dry weather, I could have had that one all buttoned up and ready to go back over the barn. So I guess you have to wait and finish that one up in the morning, and then we'll have to do the swap and bring the 525 over. Damn it. Anyway, I guess that does it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one.